Welcome back, viewers. You're watching Asian Vibes, and we are talking to Dr. Apichart and Lixin. Before, you were mentioning in our segment one that you had to do a little bit of adjustments when you moved here. It was not just the language or landscape, but it was also, it was a different culture and lifestyle, and everything was different. What was that process like, and how did you, adapt or adopt new lifestyles and changes with regards to your roots?
So when I came here, I was 10.
Good age to be very flexible
That's
about
right.
any new cultures. Yes.
So it's actually it was difficult in some way, but it's not that hard, because when you're that young, you can learn the new language pretty quickly, and so we were able to. I was able to enroll in an English school in Montreal, and one of them. I guess one thing that I noticed that there were very few people who looked like me, because basically I believe there were only 2 students from Asian. We were living in northern Montreal, and there was a large Greek and Armenian community in that high school. So I quickly was introduced to another Chinese students. He's of course Chinese Canadian, and I don't believe he even speaks any Chinese, but we struck up a rapport, and so that helped me a bit with the cultural issue. Later on, I was able to make friends with many of the Greeks and Armenian students who go to the high school, in the elementary school in Montreal at that time.
It's a nice part about Canada. You get to meet people from so many different countries.
That's
Thunder
right.
Bay also has a glimpse of that multiculturalism, right?
Yeah.
So, Lixin, you have been involved with music and dance, I understand. But by the way, the dress you're wearing is so beautiful, very, very traditional and beautiful.
Thank you.
So, tell me about how you are involved with the community work here in Thunder Bay.
Oh yeah, I do lots of volunteer work and dancing and singing, and also involved with the Canadian Chinese Association here.
Is that a very active association? Canadian Association, right?
Yes. We are hosting the Chinese New Year every year at the Convention Center, and also we are participate folklore festival every year. Yes, we dance, and some the other group members they play the erhu, which is a Chinese violin.
Chinese violin. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have 2 strings, and so that's why they call the Chinese violin.
Nice. And
yeah.
you're a dancer yourself.
Yes, I did some dances.
And so you're able to practice all these your cultural roots and some art forms here in Thunder Bay.
Yes.
Is there a school that you can go to?
We have members, a volunteer to teach us how to dance every week. So we have the fixed schedule every week. We use one night. We dance a few hours every night. One night, once a week, and yeah.
That's the way you can. Please tell me how with children, who are born here, how are you trying to integrate your cultures? You have such rich and mixed cultures. How do you integrate those cultures into your children? How are you making them interested to know about, like you said, your daughter performs these traditional dances. How did you get them involved? How did you get them interested?
Well, one thing for sure, because they take Chinese classes before, so they were able to improve their Chinese.
Wow.
And it's workable. Like, they're not completely fluent, but they can communicate. They can write.
They can write too.
That's right. For the cultural issue, I guess they do the dancing. It's harder to actually introduce them to Thai culture, because the community is so small.
Yes.
We had taken them to Thailand just like China. And so at the very least, they've seen what it's like in Thailand, and my daughter can at least say Swatika and a few other words, and so she has been there and she liked it a lot. And they also been to China.
Yes.
And so they seem to enjoy that. It's certainly a lot different, and that's how we integrate them.
But that interest is there to visit. But most of your relatives are now in Canada. Is that right?
It's mixed. I have some relative some are in Canada, some are in England, most are still in Thailand, but yeah, they're all scattered about. Most of my father's side actually are in Montreal.
What did they like about in Thailand? What were they happy or excited to see in Thailand? Of course, the food, I'm sure.
The food, yeah. They like the food. It's certainly when you go to the street market, there are a lot of different food. It's very inexpensive and it's very good.
Yeah.
And so they like that.
Very authentic, yes.
Yeah. And they seem, that's one thing that's different. Kids always like to eat snacks. And so in Thailand, they have a
variety.
That's right, of snacks that they can eat at any time.
And they like the food. And places, did you get to see any of the temples and did
Yes,
you visit any
yes.
of those? Yeah.
Yes. When we went there, we went to temples and a variety of places like the Grand Palace where the king lives. A lot of natural places in the north in Chiang Mai. But we also took them to China and they saw a lot there too. They saw the Yellow Mountain. So that's inspiration for the Avatar. So we took them there.
Oh, the movie. Okay,
that's right. That's right. It's based on the landscape is based on the landscape of the Yellow Mountain, which is a very famous place. In which area is it, Alicia?
I think it's the Anhui province.
Yeah. And they really like it.
But the totally different landscapes, right?
That's right. That's right. Mountainous, lots of clouds. It's nothing like we ever seen before.
Yeah.
Just like Thailand, it's nothing like they ever seen before either.
So that has been your approach to integrate them or make them understand or tell them about your roots.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you have a lot of students now? You said the community was very small here in Thunder Bay. The Chinese community is large.
Oh, Chinese community, there must be like
maybe over 1,000 people is the estimated.
Right, but with regards to the Thai community?
There are probably only a handful of students.
Oh, students,
And I would say there would be 10 or 20 citizens in Thunder Bay with roots in Thailand, I would say. Not that many.
No, that's a very small community.
That's right.
Yeah. Thank you. We'll hold on to that thought again and we'll take a very short break. Dear viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back.